Good morning, students. Today we will start lesson number 7 following the Mahatma part 1 of standard 8 SST. This chapter is divided into two parts, following the Mahatma part 1 and following the Mahatma part 2. First of all, I would like to give introduction of this chapter. The freedom struggle is divided into two groups, pre-freedom struggle and post-independence struggle. So when Gandhiji arrived from South Africa, whatever the scenario changed in our country, whatever the unity built and whatever the events held in our country, that is mentioned in this chapter. So it is very obvious that Mahatma Gandhi was born as a Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, a common man from Porbandar. Right now he is not available between us. We have given him the status of father of nation. So how could a person made himself as a Mahatma? So it is not only done by Mahatma Gandhi, you, me and we all. If we work like that, then we will reach to that level. We are studying this history for motivation because we will learn something from our mistake and we can understand what is the importance of courage, self-confidence and willpower in our life. Because we are the special creatures made by God who have intelligence, who have skill of speaking, who have skill of expressing self, emotion, everything, rather than any other animal. So this is the thing which we should learn from this chapter. Before Mahatma Gandhi arrived in 1905, Bengal was divided due to the divide and rule policy of Lord Curzon, and in 1911 the division was cancelled. But ultimately Muslim unity and Hindu unity was divided into two groups. Now in this kind of circumstances, how did we achieve our freedom and what was the path of Mahatma Gandhi? That is the turning point of this freedom struggle. Gandhiji lived in South Africa for 20 years and there he started a process of satyagraha. This was a different kind of style of protest. In that two things were very important. Non-violence, that is the first condition, and another is truth. महात्मा गांधी भी हमारे जैसे कॉमन मैन ही थे. फिर उनके अंदर इतनी स्ट्रेंथ कहाँ से आई कि वो महात्मा गांधी फादर ऑफ नेशन पूरी दुनिया में फेमस हुए. वो कौन सा सुप्रीम पावर था जो हमारे पास नहीं है? दैट इज़ द डेडिकेशन टूवर्ड्स द वर्क. He went to South Africa to practice law after acquiring the degree of a barrister. तो यहाँ से हमें पता चलता है he was scholar, क्योंकि वो टाइम पे लॉ पढ़ना, बैरिस्टर बनना, it was not easy task. It was very difficult. The whites had established their supremacy over the black natives of South Africa, क्योंकि वो टाइम पे साउथ अफ्रीका भी यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ की कॉलोनी बन चुकी थी जैसे इंडिया था. कंपेयर टू द वाइट्स, द इंडियंस एंजॉयड वेरी फ्यू राइट्स. यहाँ पे डिस्क्रिमिनेशन था. वाइट्स के कंपैरिजन में इंडियंस को बहुत ही कम राइट्स मिलते थे एंड इस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन का विटनेस गांधी जी बने थे. तो कैसे? सी, गांधी जी प्रोटेस्टेड अगेंस्ट दिस इंसल्ट and injustice. He discovered the path of truth and non-violence to fight against the injustice which he called सत्याग्रह. यहाँ पे गांधी जी ने दो बातों के ऊपर ध्यान दिया, एक तो ट्रुथ एंड दूसरा नॉन वायलेंस. यानी हमेशा सच बोलो एंड ट्रुथ एंड नॉन वायलेंस की हेल्प से उन्होंने फाइट किया इनजस्टिस के अगेंस्ट. नाउ रीड सी द थिंग्स टू नो. गांधी जी went to see turban. Quote, the judge ordered him to remove the pagdi, turban on head. Gandhiji preferred to leave the coat than to remove the turban from his head. That's how he upheld his self-respect. He was appreciated and applauded by the Indians there for this. गांधीजी जब डरबन कोर्ट गए तो जज ने उन्हें पगड़ी निकालने के लिए बोला. गांधी जी ने मना कर दिया, वो कोर्ट से बाहर चले गए. तो ये बात सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट की होती है. The struggle for freedom initiated in South Africa under the leadership of Gandhiji. Indians suffered a lot during the struggle, but they never responded with violence. At the end, the struggle became successful and popular. ये जो फ्रीडम का स्ट्रगल था जिसकी शुरुआत साउथ अफ्रीका में हुई एंड ये शुरुआत गांधी जी के लीडरशिप में, इंडियंस को भी इस स्ट्रगल में काफ़ी ज़्यादा सफ़र करना पड़ा, लेकिन उन्होंने कभी भी वायलेंस को सहारा नहीं लिया. इसका नतीजा क्या हुआ? ये जो स्ट्रगल था फाइनली सक्सेसफुल रहा एंड फेमस भी हुआ. Now let's see the information about Gandhi ji. Full name Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Date of birth 2nd October 1869. Birthplace पोरबंदर. उनके घर को कीर्ति मंदिर कहा जाता है. एंड व्हाट वाज द नेम ऑफ मदर? पुतलीबाई. उनकी वाइफ का नाम कस्तूरबा. उनके स्पिरिचुअल मेंटर श्रीमद राजचंद्र. पॉलिटिकल मेंटर गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले. ऑटोबायोग्राफी लिखी गई है द स्टोरी ऑफ माई एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विथ ट्रूथ. उनकी डेथ 30 जनवरी 1948 में हुई थी और उनकी समाधि राजघाट दिल्ली में है. Now see on page number 53, 7.2, founders of the Natal Indian Congress, Durban, South Africa, 1895. Gandhiji and some of the Indians established the Natal Indian Congress in South Africa at Durban in 1895. And this is the picture of the founders. To protest against the racial discrimination, Gandhiji and other Indians established Natal Indian Congress in 1895. Can you recognize Gandhiji in this picture? The person standing in the center with the cap is Gandhiji himself. रेशियल भेदभाव के सामने उन्होंने जो प्रोटेस्ट किया था उसका ये पिक्चर है. और यहाँ पे गांधी जी कहाँ पे? देखो फर्स्ट लाइन है, जो ऊपर वाली लाइन है उसमें 3 इस तरफ और 3 उस तरफ, जो सेंटर में है जिन्होंने कैप पहनी है वो गांधी जी है. आफ्टर सक्सेसफुल सत्याग्रह इन साउथ अफ्रीका, गांधी जी रिटर्न टू इंडिया इन 1915 एट द एज ऑफ 46. नाउ सी, आफ्टर द सत्याग्रह इन साउथ अफ्रीका, गांधी जी रिटर्न टू इंडिया इन 1915 एट द एज ऑफ 46. So Gandhiji had acquired almost all kind of international fame and respect due to his success in protesting against the racial discrimination in South Africa. As well, he also made South Africa to be free. He was actually given a grand welcome at the Apollo Port, Wellington, that's in Mumbai. Gopal Krishna Gokhale advised Gandhiji to tour the whole of India. Why? Because until and unless you don't know what is the internal problem of the people, how you can judge them, how you can make them to come with you and make all the kinds of possibilities for the war. So that's the condition. Gopal Krishna Gokhale said that Mahatma, you must go and visit India. So after touring the country, Gandhiji established Satyagraha Ashram in Kocharab, that's later known as Ahmedabad, which is in Gujarat, and it was held on 25th May of 1915. And after 2 years, he shifted his Sabarmati Ashram, Ahmedabad, on the bank of the river Sabarmati. So that's how we can say this Satyagraha was started. Now we will talk about the first Satyagraha, that is Champaran Satyagraha 1917. Champaran was a place in Bihar near Nepal in the foothills of the Himalaya. It was famous for plantation. चंपारण बिहार में एक प्लेस है नेपाल के नज़दीक और हिमालय के बिल्कुल नीचे फुट हिल्स पर, आई मीन ज़मीन पर, एंड ये प्लेस प्लांटेशन के लिए फेमस है. द यूरोपियंस लैंडलॉर्ड्स फोर्स द फार्मर्स टू प्रोड्यूस इंडिगो on 3 to 20 portion of their land and sell it at lower rates to them. जो यूरोपियंस थे वो वहाँ के लोकल पीपल को बहुत परेशान करते थे कि तुम यहाँ पर इंडिगो ही उगाओगे और जो भी उगाओगे तुम हमें ही बेच दोगे इसको. On the request of Rajkumar Shukla, Gandhiji decided to about the issue, but before the inquiry could start, he was given the order by the magistrate of Champaran to leave the district with immediate effect. Gandhiji ignored the notice. अब क्या हुआ? राजकुमार शुक्ला की रिक्वेस्ट से गांधी जी इस मामले को सुलझाने वहां गए तो चंपारण को जो मैजिस्ट्रेट था उसने गांधी जी को कह दिया कि आप यहाँ से चले जाओ. गांधी जी ने इस नोटिस को इग्नोर कर दिया. Gandhiji prepared a list of problems faced by the farmers and presented it before the British government. Gandhiji stayed in Motihari village of Champaran and protested against the injustice. Ultimately, the Champaran Satyagraha, also known as the Indigo Satyagraha, captured the attention of people all over India. गांधी जी वहीं मोतीहारी विलेज में रुके. उन्होंने काफ़ी प्रोटेस्ट किया, विरोध किया, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के सामने केस भी किया, लड़ा. एंड पूरी दुनिया में सब जगह पूरे इंडिया लोगों की नज़र गांधी जी पे पड़ी. ये चंपारण सत्याग्रह इंडिगो सत्याग्रह के नाम से भी जाना जाता है. Next is Kheda Satyagrah 1917 to 1918. Kheda district of Gujarat experienced famine in the year 1917. The agricultural production was destroyed. In 1918, Gandhiji learned that the peasants of Kheda district in Gujarat were in extreme distress due to the failure of crops and that their appeals for the remission of land revenue were being ignored by the government. As the crops were less than the 1/4 of the normal yield, the peasants were entitled under the revenue code to a total remission of the land revenue. Gandhiji organized satyagraha and asked the cultivators not to pay land revenue till their demand for remission was met. The struggle was withdrawn when the government issued instructions that revenue should be recovered only from those peasants who could afford to pay. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was one of the many young persons who became Gandhiji's follower during the Kheda peasant struggle. The Kheda Satyagraha did not yield much result, but it became important because of the principles on the basis of which it was fought. वो बहुत ही important बन गया था क्योंकि उसके जो principles थे जिस बेस पे वो fought किया वो बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट था. द फार्मर्स बिकेम अवेयर, फियरलेस एंड करेजियस. वो अवेयर बन गए फार्मर्स, नीडर बन गए और ब्रेव बन गए. द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट आउटकम वॉज दैट द नेशन एंड गांधी जी गॉट अ डिवोटेड एंड कमिटेड लीडर लाइक वल्लभ भाई पटेल. हमारे नेशन को और गांधी जी को वल्लभ भाई पटेल जैसा लीडर मिल गया. नेक्स्ट topic is Rowlatt Act and Rowlatt Satyagraha 1919. England was victorious in the World War I. World War I के अंदर इंग्लैंड जीत गया था. At the same time, Rowlatt Act was implemented by the Britishers to control the public unrest and control the anti-colonial activities. So what is Rowlatt Act? In the Britishers' time, Britishers were having opportunities in which they can arrest anyone, they can kill anyone, they can torture anyone, they can do whatever the person is there in the target. Now, why the persons were taking like this? In a brutal condition, just because if anyone is not obeying or not paying tax, if anyone is not giving a proper reply to the Britishers, obviously they will try to hit a heavy punch over their faces, bodies, and they can be also making that person to capture and get inside the cell without getting the general arrest warrant also. And if anybody is asking them, then what happened? What is the reason to capture? What is their fault? Then they would be not given any reply, and instead of giving reply, they would make them to suffer more and more harder and harder. So that's why we can say the Rowlatt Act was authorized by the government to exercise strict control over the activities, and laterly we can say whoever is denying at the right can be accused at the jailed person too. So that's the condition where we can say this act was completely violation and fundamental, and this was actually act which was violating fundamental rules, regulations and rights. That's how we can say Gandhiji protested against this act and called it the Black Act, Andha Kanun. Now, the Rowlatt Satyagraha was actually the first satyagraha of the nation against the Britishers, but it was limited for the big cities only. Rallies were compromised and organized in the big cities only. Local village public were not aware about this thing, so the processions were carried out and the support of people was less. Number of people were less because most of the people at that time were living only in the villages. So that's the condition. Britishers resorted to suppression of this curb movement, and this movement was not a kind of a great successful movement. It was a kind of normal movement only. Next is Jallianwala Bagh Massacre 1919. Massacre means अंधाधुंध हत्याकांड हुआ था, बहुत बुरा, जो 1919 में हुआ था. As a part of the protest against the Rowlatt Act, the people of Punjab announced a strike on 30th March and 6th April 1919. राउलेट एक्ट के प्रोटेस्ट में पंजाब के लोगों ने हड़ताल अनाउंस की 30th मार्च एंड 6 अप्रैल 1919. The condition of Amritsar was almost out of control, and looking at this, martial law was declared in Amritsar. अमृतसर के हालात पूरी तरह से कंट्रोल के बाहर जा रहे थे एंड उसको देखते हुए अमृतसर में मार्टियल लॉ लगा दी गई थी. अ मीटिंग वॉज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ऑन 13th अप्रैल, डे ऑफ बैसाखी, इन द जलियांवाला बाग टू पे ट्राइब्यूट टू मार्टियर्स एंड ऑल्सो टू प्रोटेस्ट अगेंस्ट द अरेस्ट ऑफ डॉक्टर सत्यपाल एंड डॉक्टर किचलू. जलियांवाला बाग में 13 अप्रैल को, जिस दिन बैसाखी का फेस्टिवल था पंजाबियों का, उस दिन सब लोग इकट्ठे हुए थे. डॉक्टर सत्यपाल एंड डॉक्टर किचलू को ब्रिटिशर्स ने पकड़ लिया था. वो उनको कैसे छुड़वाए, क्या करें, इस बारे में मीटिंग थी. एंड दूसरा, अपने मार्टियर शहीदों को ट्रिब्यूट देने के लिए भी इकट्ठा हुए थे एंड सम्मान देने के लिए आए थे. अप्रोक्सीमेटली 10,000 पीपल हैड गैदर्ड इन दिस मीटिंग. 10,000 से ज़्यादा लोग इस मीटिंग में आए थे. कहाँ पे आए थे? जलियांवाला बाग, अमृतसर में. देयर वॉज ओनली वन एग्जिट. आर्मी एंटर्ड इनसाइड द एग्जिट एंड दे एंटर्ड इनसाइड द जलियांवाला बाग where the meeting was held, and the army general head commander General Dyer gave the command to his soldiers and said fire. It means they fired. So the firing started without any prior notice or warning, and there were high walls around it, so people could not escape from that constant firing, and also it stopped only when the soldiers ran out of the ammunition. It means when the bullets were over, they stopped firing. Till the bullets were there in the gun, they continuously, instantly, rudely killed the people. So as per the official record of 379 died and 1200 were injured. But actually reality was quite dangerous and it was quite shocking also. So that's how we can say the casualties were much more than the mentioned in the official riots of that. The whole scenario where Gandhiji was completely lost about his all the faith from the British people, and also since then literally he also said that this is not a justice for the people, and therefore Gandhiji said, I am not going to support these Britishers anymore. So this is the condition where the Jallianwala Bagh is actually represented. Now I am showing you one of the image where you can see Jallianwala Bagh 7.3. It shows that people are pointing at the places where bullets were fired and the marks are left behind. You can see the wall. It is showing you the bullet firing. So this are the latest people, means these are the people of 20th century, 21st century. But whatever happened in 90s and all, 1919 was the condition which was actually a very brutal condition where the people were dying without their death only by the way we can say unpure and unbiased work of a person whose name was General Dyer.